Boop 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 boom bum 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 bum. Hubbity biddy bum 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 bum. Whoops, I forgot to do this. Meow meow meow. Meow meow meow. Beebity bomb, beebity bomb, beebity bomb, bomb. Beebity bomb, beebity bomb, beebity bomb, bomb, bomb. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Hey there. Are we ready? Are we ready to start? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Is this working? Boy, my machine is not happy. Okay, hey. Hi, I'm Rigaroga. You're you. And, where is it? It's over here. This is, the Ninth World, a skill building, game for, Numenera. Numenera is the world and RPG, from Monte Games. And this is a, card game, sort of a collecting card game that I supported in crowdfunding back in 2015, I think in November, and it closed in December, and it was beset by all kinds of setbacks, and it finally arrived. Amusingly, it was scheduled to arrive. Well, I mean, it was scheduled to arrive for years ago, but when it finally actually got delivered, it was being delivered over the week that I was moving across the country, and so I had to try and figure out what address to give them, and well, it managed to arrive just slightly after I arrived at my new place, and it showed up just in the nick of time, I guess. That was pretty fun. I have to admit, like, this is the crowdfunding effort that kind of soured me on Kickstarter. I spent $120 on this game, and didn't see it for years. I'd written it off. I'd given up the idea that I would ever see this thing. Kudos to Monte Games and Lone Shark Games. Lone Shark Games is Matt Selinker's studio. You might know him from the Pathfinder adventure card game and various other things. You should check them both out. The game itself is available now in both of their shops for, I think, about $50. I spent $120 on this crowdfunding effort. I got some PDFs for Numenera, the RPG, and 2 extra little card packs, and then the game. So, not entirely sure, even though it finally delivered, and super kudos to them for sticking with it. I still don't feel like this was a good idea. In retrospect, I wish I had spent the same amount of money on, like, Invisible Sun, and gotten the big, the board cube from Invisible Sun. But let's take a look. I mean, it's a playable game. It's got a solo rules variant, and I have not opened this at all. I think I may have known a little bit of what this game was like, but I have no clue anymore. I know there's a solo rules variant inside. So let's go ahead and take a look. So these are the 2 extra packs, and it's a big box. You can see that they had gone through a couple designs as far as, like, how the box was going to work, and it ended up being like it's a pretty big box. I mean, to be honest, especially for $50, that's actually seems like a pretty good deal. It's got a lot of really great art on it. I don't know how well I can show it off, but so this is the box design. It's a big pillar. and it's got interesting art from the Numenera game on each one. So the Ninth World, a skill building game for Numenera. The future is yours. Many forgotten remnants of past civilizations are scattered among the among the Ninth World. Scattered among the Ninth World? Around the Ninth World. And only the bravest of heroes can claim them. The steadfast calls to these heroes, promising adventure and good fortune. They may discover petty treasures and strange creatures in towns, or bravely venture through the wilderness for rare and precious riches. The Ninth World, a skill-building game for Numenera, is a card game set 1 billion years into the future, after civilization has come and gone 8 times. You can explore the world as clever jacks, brave glaives, and powerful nanos. It can be played competitively, solo, or cooperatively. Gameplay is an innovative blend of technology, tree advancement, bidding, and deck building called skill building. Step into the future now. And then it gives a sort of a picture of, all the different, a little bit of the elements. Contents: 12 hero tableaus, a valor board, game book, 2 dice, 45 region cards, 48 town cards, 60 wilderness cards, 120 skill cards, 50 power cards, 5 bid shields, 1 round marker, 50 hero tokens, 36 quest tokens, and 1 monolith. Ooh, there's a monolith in it. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we get. Let's open this up. Like I said, it's still got the wrapping on it. I have not opened this at all yet. So let's take a look. I need to get a tripod so that I can actually do that. Was I showing my crotch on the stream? That was not my intention. It was not my intention to show my crotch. Luckily, I was wearing pants. So, yeah. Okay, so how does it... does it slide open like this? Okay, so this is basically the outside part of it is a sheath that sort of slides off, and then this is a map of the Ninth World. So there's a lot of different details from the. I suppose it's probably also the playmat, which I did not apparently get. It's a magnet holding the box together. There's a magnet right there. Maybe you can hear it. Okay, and then, dun, 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 dun. Whoa, there's some crazy stuff going on here. Okay, so this box is a whole, what the heck? Wow. Okay, and then so let's take a look. What sort of components we've got here. So this is the manual. So we'll definitely want to take a look at that. Here's a bunch of these are the player cards, I think. We've got a bunch of tokens. And some X's and a monolith. And then, there's a force field over the top of this. Okay, and then so the 2 dice. And a bunch of smaller decks, wounds, tinker deck effort, skills. Okay, so we've got skills. Okay, it's not clear what deck that is. And more skills. So maybe they're all skills. And then 2 dice. Ones and nothings and rosettes. And they're both the same. Okay, so what else do we have? Open this up. Oh, it's got empty spaces in here for card sets. For one expansion of the Wilderness set cards, and then there's space for a bunch of the locations. So I've got some wilderness, a couple wilderness cards that I got extra from the crowdfunding, and then I've got a stack of additional location cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and take all of the components out. And I'll just go ahead and put that back. So I'm gonna fold up this play mat thing. I'm gonna fold that up and put that to the side. So let's remember that that's there. That's probably how we're gonna like track score, I'm imagining. So let's go ahead and let's open up. Okay, so the monolith is got two pieces. So let's go ahead and put this together. So here's the monolith. Okay, let's go ahead and zoink these guys out. Do a little ASMR. So I'm imagining those are shins or shinies, which is the currency in Numenera. So there's those two, and then there's these stack of these sort of interesting things. Now there's these X things. Whoa! Ooh, gosh, I lost one. That one went flying. Wow, let's go get that. Okay, there. Okay, so we got our little X's and we got our shinies and that stuff. So we got that done. And we got all these guys. Where is the thing? There's the... Come on. Apparently you have to be smarter than the little cellophane wrapper. Okay, so these are the 50 players. Oh, there's some weird... What are these? Oh, there's a phase order, so that's the player order, and then there are some pieces that look like the shiny decks, the shins. Okay. Okay, so I'm assuming that those we set aside as something different. So we got those. And then the phase order is the turn order, basically. And so in Numenera, it's really cool. The basic description of a character is you summarize it in basically a sentence. So like this first character, I am Batlin. I am a stealthy Jack who lives in the wilderness, and that's basically the summary, the quick summary of what this character does and is. And then on the back, there's a little dialogue and a portrait. Shh, hear that, Miniacs? Pack of broken hounds. 5, I'd say, maybe 6, coming steady. Got that trail scent in their noses. Strong. We climb up on that ridge, and I'll bet we have an easy shot. Steady, Miniacs. Steady. Wait it out. Let him come to us. Then we'll take him down. So he's got some sort of rifle, javelin thing, and then a little doggy dog. So Scout 1, Charm 1, and in the Scout phase, when you draw a Wilderness card, look at the top 2 Wilderness cards and mark 1 and discard the other. And then there's a whole bunch of other different ones. So, like, for example, I am Brannock Orr. I am a clever glaive who wields power with precision. And then a portrait on the back. The portraits are in different orientations. That's kind of weird. Kind of a smoking caterpillar kind of thing. When your bid in a non-focus phase contains the rest of your cards for the round, you win the bid. And a nano. I am Genza. I am a charming nano who entertains. A jack and glaives and nanos. And then it'll be interesting. I wonder, I mean, after, gosh, I mean, this game only just showed up, right? But now Numenera 2 is out. So I wonder if the additional player types will end up as bonus decks or something that you can order. Okay, so those are the players. So we've got that. And then we've got a whole bunch of other decks. So these are 2 wilderness decks. And then I've got some extras. Ninth World promo cards. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's open up. So one of these was my extra. This one is my extra, the Ninth World Beyond preview pack. And I wonder if is there any indication? Oh, there might be an indication in the upper corner which packet they're from, which is handy for reconstituting the main play deck. I mean, stock, not main, stock play. Come on, you. God dang, why can't I open this? Come on, you. Gotta be stronger than it. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now, oh no, it doesn't. I don't know if there's any way to know where they come from. Like which deck they come from. Okay, so that's one deck of locations. Let's go ahead and get this other deck of locations. So the one side has some data about rounds played normally, and then the other each. Oh, whoa. No, there's. Okay, some of them are weird. Some of them have rounds on them, and some of them. Oh no, it's just some of them are maps and some of them are images, which had me confused. So that one, it shows an image of where it is on the map instead of being like an illustration. So some of them have illustrations and some of them don't, as far as like some detail of the location, as opposed to, say, a picture of where it is on the map. I almost wish it were always the map. Because then you can lay them tiled out, you know. Okay. Okay, so, and then here's the other location, and each location has a description on it, and then a one with round 5, round 6, round 3, round 8 stuff on it. So we'll figure that out soon. I'm going to keep those in separate decks for right now, just so I have them in separate decks, and then we'll see how it works with combining them. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and do our 2 wilderness decks. Oh, there's actually a ribbon in this one, but I can't seem to get it. Oh, there it is. Okay, that one had a ribbon in it. That's cool. Okay, so these ones are creatures, creature, ciphers that you pick up. Ciphers are like technology that you pick up. And quest focus. And prize. Oop, and quest tinker. Okay, so quests are different. There's different kinds of quests. Okay, let's try and get this one open again. Okay, so quests, creatures, ciphers, quests, more quests, and a creature. Okay. And then promo card. Oh, a couple cards. Oh, there's one of them's a town. Were there towns? Oh, there are. Oh, okay. So there's wilderness and town. So those are all towns. And then I think, are these all wilderness? Okay, so those are actually 2 separate decks. Town and wilderness. So Speak to the Jade, Colossus, and a Skull Detonator for the promo cards. Let's see. What else do we got? We got... Oh, these ones have ribbons in them too. That's cool. Good. That's useful. God, these are tiny cards. Wow. These are tiny little cards. Okay, so those are all skill cards. And there's Effort, Scout, tinker. And charm, combat, focus. And then these ones are weird because they have two sides. So there's no back on them per se. Okay, so we got wound. Cover your power with this card. And then a couple skills. Okay, so these are all wounds. And all they say, so this is the back actually. It's cover your power with this card in the focus phase. You may spend 2 skill points to heal this wound. So this covers up a skill. And then there's some focus cards that go into the skill deck. Okay, so there's skill deck and wound. Okay, so that's everything. Let's see. I kind of want to get... the only parts of these, I want to keep this and this. Oh, and I'll keep that. Okay, but these ones I can get rid of. Get rid of this cellophane. And the little bits of cellophane that I pulled off as I was trying to get it. Let's see. I've got a little bit down here. Hold on. Okay, is that everything? Okay. And then there's this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Oh my gosh, it got hot in here quick. Oh, stop that, bee. Stop. Bee's attacking me as I go by. That's really funny. She's silly. Okay, so let's go ahead and... Well, but I don't know. I might need that. Okay, I was going to put the sheath onto the thing. Let's go ahead and put those in there for now. Oop, and one little more piece of cellophane. Hold on. Oh, I may have to turn on the AC, even though I really don't want to. Ow! Hey! Stop biting me. Ow! Wow. Bee was all like, I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna attack you as we go by. I'm gonna attack you. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Do 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 do. Okay, I'm sorry. I gotta turn on the AC. It's annoying, I know, but it adds a horrible noise to the space, but it's just getting so hot. It's like it's over 90 here. Okay, so here's the introduction. So here's the design by Paul Peterson, Boyan, Radakovich, and Mike Selinker. Introduction. You have, as is often the case, been taught two truths and a lie. Believing the truths can impel you to glory, while believing the lie can get you killed. The first truth is that this is the ninth world. 8 times the age of civilization has come, and 8 times it has collapsed like a dehydrated anine. We have now seen civilization rise again, here in the upstart kingdoms of the steadfast and the world beyond. The past is strange and terrifying, and it is all around us. Along that roadside, you might see any manner of unexplainable developments. Among them, ancient ciphers far beyond our understanding. Here, feast your eyes upon a few of my treasures. This one I haven't quite figured out yet. What does it do? Does this squid-like bearing clasp around your hands or on your head? Does it come off? There's only one way to find out. While you do, you may learn the second truth, that glory favors the bold. The town here may be relatively safe. Note I said relatively, but that wilderness out there is vast and incomprehensible. What can you find on the obelisks that float above the soil? Is there truly a city that picks itself up and walks across the sky fields? What lies in the beyond, and is there more beyond the beyond? So many things to discover. If you live to discover them, of course. There are beasts out there who care not for your lust for adventure. Not of your lust for adventure. They seek only to rend your flesh into digestible portions or channel your thoughts into their dark purposes. So beware when you accept a calling from that village deep in the cold desert. Something doesn't want you to complete that quest. Multiple things, likely. The lie, of course, is that you can claim this destiny by throwing your cares in a rucksack and barreling towards adventure. Right now, you believe nothing can stand in your way, and therein is your downfall. You can plunge yourself into the unknown, but you do not take the while to hone your. But if you do not take the while to hone your skills and become a vastly better you, the world will cast you down. You'll be just one more unexplainable development on the roadside. So take care, young Jack, young Glaive, young Nano. Today you will demonstrate who among you is worthy of commemoration in this ninth age. There are multiple paths to valor. Which will you choose? Okay. So, the ninth world, a skill-building game for Numenera, is an adventure game set in the world of the far future. It is designed for 1 to 5 players with a playtime of about 30 minutes to an hour. Players take on the roles of heroes in the ninth world, a billion years in the future. Jacks are skilled at helping the settled towns, Glaives are ready to battle roaming creatures from the wilderness, and Nanos are masters of unlocking the secrets of the past. The heroes explore one of the 9 kingdoms of the land called the Steadfast, or they may venture into the even stranger lands of the beyond. In a skill-building game, each hero gets a set of 5 skill cards, whose values may be advanced over the course of the game. Each round, heroes will choose how much time they want their heroes to spend performing actions, scouting the wilderness, tinkering with ciphers, charming your way through quests, combating creatures, and focusing on skill advancement. Gameplay is simultaneous, and every action is rewarded with valor. Whoever has the most valor at the end wins. The game can also be played in cooperative or solo mode. See the rules at the end for details. So that's actually where we're going to be looking, because I'm going to try and play this solo. I don't know. We'll see. So the components we already talked about a bit. Its components are marked with the base set symbol. The base set contains, so somewhere, oh, okay. So there's the base set. So this is the base set right here. I see, okay. So this actually has a bunch of different, I don't know. Do any of these have base set? So these locations are a lot of different stuff. But are there any of these that are base set? Huh, I don't see locations with a base set marker. Okay, that's a little weird, but that's fine. Do skills have the? Skills don't. Do the wilderness have it? Oh, there it is. Okay, so the wilderness has it up in that corner. Huh, okay. Alright. Alright. Okay, okay. Other sets are called expansions, and their components are marked with their expansion symbols. Okay, that's great. Cards. Skill cards. The skill cards represent the skills each hero has. Each hero has exactly 5 skill cards that represent their hero's abilities. Out of the 6 types, the phase skills of Scout, blue, Tinker, green, Charm, yellow, Combat, red, and Focus, purple, as well as generic Effort, gray. Each skill, other than Effort, has 4 ranks from 1 to 4. Skills are used to scout cards, bid for cards in the town and wilderness, and advanced skills. Town and wilderness cards. So these were the skill cards, and they're marked with various values. And then wilderness and town cards are these ones. The town and wilderness cards represent creatures, ciphers, and quests you find in the regions nearby towns and far-flung wilderness. Cards from the town deck are typically low risk, low reward, while cards from the wilderness deck are typically high risk, high reward. And then there's these larger region cards. The region cards represent where you are exploring in the Ninth World. They are assembled to form the path the heroes will explore during the rounds of the game. Each region shows which round is visited. It is visited. For example, a region might be visited on rounds 2 and 9. Some regions have special region powers. And then power cards are these ones. Power cards are special powers your hero may gain. On the opposite side are wound cards, representing damage your heroes may suffer on their adventures. In co-op mode, they also represent damage the town may suffer. Ooh, okay. Co-op threshold cards. And the phase order card. Okay, so the co-op threshold card is used when you play a cooperative or solo game. It describes how many points the heroes need to move on to the new rounds. On the opposite side is the phase order card, describing the sequence of play in a game round. And that's this. And physical pieces. Hero tableaus. The hero tableau is your character for the game. That's these. The Valor board is where you track how much Valor you achieve. And I suppose that this, the inside of the, this is the Valor. Where is it? So I'm guessing that this is the Valor, how to track it. So we'll take a look at that when we get to it. Bid shields. Oh, that's what these are. That are the colors of the various shinies. Bid shields are used to hide your bids from other heroes. Hero tokens are these various colored shinies. The hero tokens indicate what the heroes have marked and whether they've used their power on their tableau. Threshold token is this one token. is used in co-op mode to track the valor each hero needs. And round marker is this one that indicates what round you are playing. The dice are these, determine outcomes of chance. Each has 2 sides with good results, 2 sides with neutral results, and 2 sides with bad results. Quest tokens are the X's, mark progress on incomplete quests. And then the monolith is this piece, marks progress on, is passed from hero to hero. The monolith will be used when there is a tie. If a hero ever must do something that requires an order, and the order is not specified, start with the monolith owner and proceed clockwise. Okay. And valor. Valor is the measure of victory in the game. When you see a symbol like the one at the right, which is basically the threshold token with a number on it in the game, it means that you gain that much valor when you claim the card. Some cards have different colored symbols indicating the phase in which you may claim these points. Ooh, okay. Alright, so setup. Decide if you will play in a competitive mode, cooperative mode, or solo mode. This section describes competitive mode. The competitive and solo modes are described at the end of the rules. Okay, so cooperative and solo mode, there are setup changes. So I think we're going to set it up as if I were playing competitive, and then we'll go to the rules in the back. Okay, so arrange your travels. Choose or randomly determine an area to explore, and arrange its region cards. Okay, so we want to find a region. Let's just go ahead and maybe let's just pick this one. Round. And round 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and just pick this one. Oh, and it happens to be the one that's demonstrated in the book. Okay, that's great. I don't think we're going to end up using the bid shields because I don't think we're bidding in the solo. But let's go ahead and we're going to arrange Anquan. Round 1, play normally. Anquan, a land of great fertility. Anquan is known for the independence of its people from governance and the corresponding plague of banditry and piracy. Eris Island, round 2 and round 9. Eris Island is a bastion of independence, murder, and mayhem, ruled by the Jekyls, a body-altering, bloodthirsty, sea scorpion-worshipping people. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Okay, and then Scorpion's Reach. Scorpion's Reach. Those who travel to Scorpion's Reach to uncover mysteries of the past likely find themselves face to face with far more present dangers. And that's round 3 and 8. Caperin. Caperin, the Red Fleets think they're all that, with their underwater submarines, submergines, and their sea museum. But this city belongs to us, street rats too, Jordica Orsley. Okay. So the color text is kind of like Magic the Gathering a little bit, I think. That's kind of how it feels a little bit. And then Glavis. Glavis worships the divine duo Relia and Bianes. Enough offerings have vanished that the citizenry think the gods are real. Actually, right there, walking among them. Okay, so round 1 through 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, lay out the path through the area. Using the region cards from the chosen area, lay out the cards vertically with the region 1 card at the top, and then round 2 and 9, etc. These cards track rounds and describe additional powers that occur during each specific round. Place the round marker on the starting region card, okay? Decide your game's length. The game length must be decided before a hero takes the first turn. Choose either a standard game, which lasts for 9 rounds, or a quick game, which lasts only 5. At the end of the last round, the game ends. Unfurl the Valor board! Okay, so this is going to be tough, because I've got to somehow manage to do all of this stuff on my desktop here. Okay, let's try and... I don't know how well we're going to do this. Unfurl the Valor board. Okay. Valor board. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Does that show up? Sort of. Okay, so you can sort of see that over at the top of the play area. I'm going to go ahead and just move it over here. I'll lift the... So skills and wounds... So we won't probably need actually any of these areas unless we decide to do a different area. So let's go ahead and put those away up here. And I might not need those bid cards either. So let's put those there, and I'll put these off screen, the quest cards and stuff. Okay, how's that for... What if I do that? Can you see all 4? Yeah, you can see all 5. Okay. Okay, shuffle the town deck and the wilderness deck and place them on either side of the path. Okay, so we're going to have to make a little more room right here. So here we'll shuffle the town. Oh god, that was bad. That was a bad shuffle. Okay. So let's go with that. Woo! Since we're all together, you really want to do a good shuffle on this. In this first one. So you don't get them all the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and call that. Okay, so let's put town there. And then we'll put wilderness on the other side. Okay, I'm trying to be, like, a little more serious about shuffling this because it's the first time. And so they're all, like, because they're sorted when you get them. So I'm trying to do a little extra more shuffling than I would normally before starting. Since this is the first playthrough. Okay, let's go ahead and let's give that the wilderness deck. We'll go ahead and put that there. And organize the skill cards and power cards off to the side. Build one face-up stack for each card type. The skill card should be ordered in rank with each stack with rank 1 on the top. Shuffle the power cards. Okay, so these are the skill cards, and you're supposed to actually have them ordered. Effort. Oops, that's a scout. That's a scout. Okay, so, and there's actually convenient markers on here. So they are actually already, luckily, in order. And I didn't shuffle them, so that's good. So we've got Scout. We've got Tinker. And Focus. Okay, that's not all of the Focus. Apparently we got a little bit of Tinker. Where the hell is Tinker 1? Oh, that is Tinker 1. I just got confused because there's 2s on them. Okay. So that's all the Tinker cards. Okay, we got those good. And we got Charm. Splitting that there. And Combat. And Focus. Okay, and so we've got our effort cards. It's not clear where the effort goes. And we should shuffle the power cards. Man, these are tiny. Oh my god. Wow, I can barely hold them. Okay, come on, you. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, just the one more. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and put those here, since there doesn't seem to be a place for them. Okay. Choose your hero. Each player chooses a hero, taking their tableau and bid shield. Your hero is described in 3 parts. An adjective, such as learned, that defines one of their starting skills. A noun, such as nano, that defines a second starting skill and describes the use of their hero token. And a verb phrase, such as who rides the lightning, that gives them one unique power. Optional, set your powers. Advanced players may wish to modify their powers. If you use this rule, deal 2 power cards to each hero from the power deck. You may choose to cover your power with one of the power cards. Oh, it fits on the... Haha, it fits on the hero card. And actually the little details kind of line up. Okay. Who knew? Oh, I suppose I should put that in there since I didn't actually read it. But okay, so that's kind of cool. So you can select them, and I suppose, I mean, if you're a Numenera player, you could actually play with your Numenera character, right? Give each hero their initial skill cards. Each hero takes the 2 rank 1 skill cards representing their starting skills plus 3 effort 1 cards. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and let's just go ahead and grab a player. I am Quaidaino. I am a tough jack who controls beasts. Combat 1, Charm 1, and when you claim a creature that costs 4 or more skill points, gain 1 more valor. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put that there. For now. And we'll do 1 combat, 1 charm, and 3 effort. Give a random hero the monolith. The monolith owner will change at the end of each round. Okay, so probably won't end up using the monolith. Okay, so let's go ahead. That's so now we're into gameplay. So let's go ahead and go to the solo mode, setup changes. When you set up, Ninth World may also be played in cooperative or solo mode. In co-op mode, everyone works together to protect the town from the dangers in the wilderness, coordinating your skills together and succeeding or failing as a team. In solo mode, you are the only one in your party facing the world's challenges alone. If you survive for 9 rounds or 5 in a quick game, you become heroes of legend. Okay, so setup changes. When you set up the town deck and wilderness deck, deal out 5 town cards, then deal out wilderness cards equal to the number of heroes. If you draw any prizes, the monolith owner claims them. Then continue drawing until there are the correct number of wilderness cards. Okay, so deal out 5 town cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 town cards. And if any of them are prizes, quest, creature, quest, a cipher, and a cipher. Okay. So we've got those, and then we're going to do 1 wilderness card based on the 1 hero, and it's a quest charm. Okay, so we'll go ahead and put those there. Oh, and choose 3 hero tableaus other than your own to be your allies. Place these hero tableaus next to your own. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and actually pick... and I assume that means that I need to draw 3 more hero cards. I mean, wilderness cards. Okay, so we'll do that. 1 prize. And then 1 more wilderness. Okay, so there are the 4 wilderness cards, and then I got a prize of shins. Claim and discard this immediately. Okay, we'll have to deal with that when we get to it. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put... Is this going to show up? Okay. Let's move this over just a bit. Is that still showing up? I am Nactus. I am a learned glaive who fights with panache. And I am Nixa. I am a learned nano who rides the lightning. And I am Kubris. I am a stealthy nano who siphons power. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those cards away. And then we're going to do focus and combat. And 3 effort cards. I'm assuming that we set this up with the and focus and tinker, and if not, we can always put it back. I suppose I can just do 3 scout, tinker. Okay. Okay, gameplay. Primary objective. Players gain valor points by bidding their skills and claiming creatures, ciphers, quests from the town and wilderness by advancing their skills. At the end of the competitive game, the hero with the most valor wins. Round rules. The game is played in rounds, 9 in a standard game or 5 in a quick game. Each round has a round start, 5 skill phases, and a round end. Some regions have a region power that activates on a specific round, but an ambient power is active the entire game. Start the round. Begin the round by applying any power listed in the region card for this round. Any power that happens on arrival happens right now. Each round has 5 phases, which are described in the phase rules. While each phase may have special conditions or rules, each will follow the basic steps. Start of a skill phase. Choose your bids. Choose which skill cards, if any, in your hand to bid from behind your bid shield, then place your bid in front of you, covering your bid with your shield to not reveal the amount of skill cards to your other heroes. If you choose to bid 0, you still put your shield in front of you as if cards were hidden there. You may bid between 0 and the number of skill cards currently in your hand. You may bid any card in any phase, however. If you bid a card out of phase, that is, not in the phase it is named after, it only counts as an effort 1 bid. What? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Once every hero has committed a bid, reveal your bid simultaneously. If all heroes bid 0, skip the phase unless a region power tells you otherwise. If you bid at least 1, you may also play powers from your hero or cards you've claimed if they happen at the start of the phase. Similarly, start of phase powers from regions and other cards happen now. You may also play powers that affect your bid, such as discard to add 1 focus point. If a power adds skill points, it can only be played at this time. You can't add skill points later in the phase. If you don't bid at least 1, you cannot play cards or powers in this phase. Each power can only be used once per phase, unless it says happens whenever something else happens. Bid powers are played in reverse order of the initial bid. The hero that bid the lowest initial bid has the option to play their powers first, then the hero with the second lowest bid, then the hero with the third, and so forth and so forth. 1 bid power every hero has is their hero token. Once this token is spent, it cannot be used again unless a power returns the hero token to the card. Okay. Bidding values. There are values of each. These are the values of each hero's total bid. Each effort card played is 1 point. Each ranked skill card played out of its phase is 1 point. Each ranked skill card played in its phase is equal to an amount of points equal to its rank. If a power adds skill points, those points have no phase. If it adds specific points relating to a phase, such as tinker points, these points are of that phase. So here's an example of some different players. In this 5-hero game, it is the tinker phase, and Celis has the monolith. However, Celis only has a bid of 0, so they do not get any skill points this phase. Radakovich and Kubers both bid 3. Radakovich has 3 points from their tinker 3, and Kubers has 1 point from their tinker 1 and 1 point from their scout 2, since it is played out of phase, and 1 point for their effort. But they are not tied. Radakovich has 3 tinker points because they're tinker card 3, whereas Kubers has 1 tinker point from their tinker 1. This means Radakovich will act first, and Kubers will act second. Koidino and Rourke both bid 2 with no tinker points. Since Koidino's Charm 1 and Rourke's Focus 1 are both played out of phase, so now the tie is broken by who is closest clockwise to the monolith owner. Koidino is closest, so will act third. Rourke will act fourth. Mid-phase. Perform phase actions and powers in order of highest to lowest bid. Use this priority order. Highest bid value, most points, skill matching the current phase, and the position related to the monolith. Convert your bid to skill points on a 1-to-1 ratio. You now have skill points to spend this phase. In the scout phase, you can draw and mark cards in the wilderness. In the tinker phase, charm phase, and combat phase, you can choose either the town or the wilderness to claim cards from, but not both. In these phases, spend your skill points to claim ciphers in tinker, quests in charm, and creatures in combat. The cost is noted in the upper left corner of the card. In the town, you must claim any face-up cards on your turn. In the wilderness, you can only claim face-up cards that you have previously marked. Unless you are told to claim a card free, the cost to claim a card can never be less than 1, no matter what reduces its cost. When you claim a card, you will either discard it into either its appropriate town or wilderness discard pile or display it in front of you, depending on what type of card it is. In the focus phase, you can use skill points to advance a skill. Play any spent skill cards face up on your hero. They cannot be used for the rest of the round. Gain the valor listed in the bottom right of each card you claimed and follow any phase rules for that card. When you discard a card that you previously claimed, you do not remove the valor you gained. Okay. End of phase. Convert any skill points you bid but did not spend into valor on a 1-to-1 ratio. You may always spend your skill points to gain valor in this way. When all heroes have spent all their skill points, end the phase and begin the next phase. If there are no more phases in the round, end of a round. At the end of each round, go through these steps in order. Return any spent skill cards to your hand. Reset the town by drawing cards face up from the town deck until it has 5 cards. If there are 5 or more cards in town, no new cards are added. Activate any power that happens on departure. Move the round marker to the next numbered space on the region card. The monolith owner passes the monolith and begin the next round. End of the game. At the end of the game, score your valor. For each wound card you have, subtract 5 valor from your final card score. The hero with the highest valor is the winner. In the cases of a tie, the tied hero closest to the monolith wins. Okay. So, let's go to the solo rules. Gameplay changes. Your interactions in the wilderness are different in co-op mode. Each round, you will deal out a number of cards from the wilderness deck equal to the number of players. For example, in a 4-player game, you will always add 4 more cards to the wilderness, even if there are already 4 cards there. I'm thinking I might not have. I think I shouldn't have dealt out the 4 wilderness cards. I think it's just the 1. Because it's just the 1 player, and then these are allies. Okay, but so I'm going to put that separately right there for now, and just think about that for a second. So these cards, the wilderness and town cards, act against you. You must try to claim the cards before they attack and wound the town. Bidding changes. You still determine how many skill points to spend each phase, and still may only choose to spend points in the town or wilderness, but not both. However, bids are not hidden. When you and your other heroes act in town or wilderness, you may pool your bids to claim cards and divide them as you see fit. Any points applied against the same card counts as though it were a single bid against it. All heroes spending points on a wilderness card must have scouted it, and only one hero may claim it and receive valor. Bids cannot be pooled in the scout and focus phases. If you're playing solo, you may discard one of your allies' hero tableaus to add 2 to a bid in a phase matching either of the hero's 2 starting skills. Once you discard an ally, it is no longer available for the rest of the game. Note that an ally cannot do anything on its own. It is not considered a hero except for powers like Who Forges a Bond. Okay, so we're putting these back. We're putting the skill cards. They're basically like lifeline things where you can discard them to get their skill. Okay, so it's just a boost. They're just boosts. They don't actively do anything. Oops. Focus and combat. And so that definitely means that these go back into the wilderness deck. Once you discard an ally, it is no longer available for the rest of the game. Note that an ally cannot do anything on its own. It is not considered a hero except for powers like Who Forges a Bond, which copies another hero's power. Phase changes. At the beginning of each phase, you do not need to hide your bid from the other players, but mid-phase, bid order still applies. The 5 phases still happen in the same order, with a new 6th phase happening last. Quest changes. Wilderness quests cannot be claimed unless they are completed. Once you mark a quest, you may begin to complete each tier. Once the last tier is complete, any heroes that have marked the quest may pay the cost for one of them to claim it in the charm phase. Okay, so here's an example of some things when things are marked. Kubris has marked the combat quest Bring Back Pelts in the Wilderness, and Celis has marked the combat quest Hunt Abhumans. The first has 1 Kubris token indicating a creature has been claimed and applied to this quest earlier. Celis, Brannick and Quaidino combine their combat bids against the creature Craigworm and must decide which will claim it. Celis claims the creature and gains its valor, and can only apply it to the quest that they have marked. Kubris' quest is not available since Kubris did not claim the creature. If Brannick or Quaidino had claimed the creature, it could not have been applied to either quest. Okay, I don't know. Threshold phase is a new phase that takes place after the focus phase. Focus phase is the last phase, so threshold phase is actually on here. But before the end of the round. In this phase, the cards left in the wilderness work against you. The steps happen in order below. Ciphers inflate the economy. For each cipher in the wilderness, move the threshold token up 1 point. This is a permanent increase to the amount of valor you must have at the end of the rounds in which you check thresholds. Creatures attack the town. Roll 1 die for each wilderness creature with a cost of 4 or less, and 2 die for each creature with a cost of 5 or more. For each creature whose dice show at least 1 bad result, place 1 wound card on the farthest unwounded slot from the town deck. Unwounded slot from the town deck? What the freak does that mean? Quests populate the wilderness. The total number of heroes in the game and the number of incomplete quests in the wilderness. Draw that many cards from the wilderness deck and place them in the wilderness. If a prize is placed in the wilderness, the monolith owner claims it immediately and it is replaced with another card from the wilderness deck. Crossing the threshold. If the round is 3, 6, or 9, check to see if the adventure can continue. Check the position of the threshold token to see if the heroes have met their score goals. This happens at the end of rounds 3 and 5 in a quick game. Holy crap, I have no idea what just happened. Okay, scoring changes. You must not only protect the town, you must also gain valor to win. At the end of every third round, or 3 and 5 in a quick game, compare each hero's score, including subtracting 5 valor for each wound, to the threshold token's position on the valor board. The values of these are 15 valor after round 3, 40 valor after round 6 or round 5 in a quick game, and 75 valor after round 9. Remember that the number of valor you must have increases when you leave ciphers in the wilderness in the threshold phase. If any hero cannot meet the threshold when scoring is checked, the game ends and you lose. At the start of the game, the cipher Tinker Golem shows up in the wilderness. The heroes cannot claim it, so the threshold token moves up 1. In round 2, they fail again to claim it. The threshold token again moves up by 1. In round 3, the cipher machine in the wall comes out, and they fail to claim either of them. The threshold token moves up by 2. At the end of round 3's threshold phase, the heroes check their scores. They must each have 19 points to avoid losing instead of the normal 15. They do, so they move the threshold token to 44 and keep playing. Okay. So I guess we'll put this at 0 on this slider, this big board here, and it goes 0, and then around. Oh, and then it mazes in to 99. Okay. End of the game changes. If you win if the town has at least one unwounded slot left at the end. The town. I assume that this is the town? And these are the wound slots, I guess? If all the town slots are wounded at any time, you cannot meet a threshold goal at the end of a specified co-op scoring phase, the game ends and you lose. Okay. Alright, so let's go to the... Let's go ahead and just... Let's try. If we go through and we scout phase. Let's go for this first scout phase. In the scout phase, you may investigate reports of creatures, ciphers, and quests in the wilderness outside of town by marking them. You can do any number of these 2 actions in any order. Marking wilderness cards. If there are wilderness cards face up from the previous round, you may spend 1 scout point to place your token upon each one you choose to mark. You may mark the same card that someone else has already marked unless the card is sideways. Oh my god. Drawing wilderness cards. You may spend 1 scout point per card to draw wilderness cards from the wilderness deck and immediately mark them. Put them face up. near any other face-up wilderness card. Turn sideways to indicate that they cannot be marked until the next round by any hero other than you. At the end of the phase, turn them the correct orientation. Prize cards. When you draw this blue bordered card type, you gain its valor. Okay, so there are two valor points on this. So that was the prize that I gained during the initial draw. This counts as, you gain its valor. This counts as marking it and then immediately removing the marker. A prize may require you to display it until you use it, otherwise discard it immediately. Okay, so let's go ahead and give me 2 valor. And I suppose that's like a pool that I can spend, maybe. It's weird because it only shows one marker here. Maybe those aren't the valor. Maybe that isn't how you mark valor. I don't know how you track valor exactly. Do I do that? Do I mark it like that with 2? Okay, so there is a wilderness card. But I don't have Scout. Okay, where's the anatomy of a card? Is there a thing with the anatomy of a card? Okay, so I don't know. There's 3, 2, and 2 on the side here. Okay, those are the tiers of the quest. Okay, so here I'm looking at this wilderness card. So this is the valor I get if I can get it. This is something, and then these are the tiers. When you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier. When you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier. What the shit? You mean another quest? That is totally unclear. So there is one scout, so I could discard this guy for 1 scout and then claim that, right? And I would need 1. No, that's charm. Okay, so you've got to scout the wilderness card before you can do anything to it. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this guy and claim the scout 1. And then I'm going to spend the scout 1 to mark this thing. Right? Right? Do I keep this? Hold on. Bidding changes. If you're playing solo, you may discard one of your allies' hero tablet to add 2 to any bid in a phase matching either of the hero's 2 starting skills. Once you discard an ally, it is no longer available for the rest of the game. Note that an ally cannot do anything on its own. Okay, so it actually would have added 2 scout to that. Okay, but I've marked it. Tinker phase. In the Tinker phase, you may claim age-old ciphers, green cards. When you claim a cipher, gain its valor points and display the card in front of you until its power is nullified. Using a cipher power. Ciphers, the Numenera of the Ninth World, are often highly unstable. If a cipher has a power, you may activate it when the conditions of the power are met. In a specific phase, or under a specific circumstance, each may have a requirement to play it. You might have to discard the cipher to use the power. If you do, you can't discard it to complete a tier of a quest. You do not lose the cipher's valor when you discard it. You might have to roll a die when you use it. The roll's result might be positive, neutral, or negative. If a result is not listed, nothing happens. You might have to not do something to use its power, such as not claiming a card in its phase. Or you might do something else entirely. Regardless, you never have to use a cipher's power unless you want to. But if you do, you must live with the results. Okay, during the Tinker phase, Rourke bids 5 and Quaidano bids 3. Rourke could claim the 5-cost Aether Scope in the wilderness, but chooses to claim the 3-cost Mind Jewel in the town to deny Quaidano a cipher. Rourke earns a 4 valor. For claiming the card and 2 valor for the overspend, and displays the Aether Scope for a later phase. Quaidano can only convert their bid to a score of 3 valor, since there are no ciphers left that cost 3 or less. On the plus side, after claiming nothing, Quaidano can use their hard light cutter's power to gain 1 additional valor. Okay. When you claim a creature that costs 4 or more, you gain a valor. Okay. In the charm phase, remove this token to add 2 charm points. Remove this token? What token? Okay, that makes no sense. Okay, so Tinker phase. I don't have any Tinkers, but I can spend... out of phase, right? Bidding values. Each effort played is 1. Each ranked out of its phase is 1. Oh, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep this because I don't want to get rid of the 2 scout. I should be able to spend 1 effort or bid 1 effort, right? To mark that. Okay. Okay, and then so there's so we've got these ciphers. We've got a force shield, When you claim a creature whose power requires you to roll dice, discard this and ignore that power. There's a metaphasic ray. Here, I'm going to put my character over here. These are allies, and then this is me. But does that show up? Anyhow, this is me. Okay, so force field. There's a metaphasic ray. In combat phase, if you bid but do not claim a card, gain 1 valor. And then there's a quest. When you complete all tiers of another quest, complete 1 tier. A creature, living conduit. Energy feedback. When claimed, roll 1 die. Good, you may advance 1 effort. Bad, discard your hand. And help the rangers. When you mark a wilderness card and have 2 other wilderness cards marked, complete 1 tier. And there's only 1 tier to it. Okay. Okay, so, let's see, multiphasic ray and force field. So I should be able to bid 2, right? And then, so I bid 2, and so I should be able to get the force field card, right? And that's the tinker phase. In the charm phase, you claim quests, yellow cards, given to you by denizens of the land. When you claim a quest, you gain its initial valor, shown in the lower right corner, and display the card in front of you until the quest is completed. Okay. Completing quests. Above its initial valor, each quest has 1 or more circular tiers. You start at the bottom tier and track progress with quest tokens. When you put a quest token on the quest card, gain the valor points in the tier you are completing. For example, if there is 1 token on the card and at least 2 tiers, put a second token on the card to show you have completed the second tier of the quest and gain the valor. When there are a number of tokens on the card equal to the number of tiers, you gain the final tier's valor. Complete the quest and discard the card and any quest tokens on it. Any powers on the quests must be activated at the time of completing the quest. Type of quests: Scouts, Tinkers, Charms, Combat, Focus. During the charm phase, Kybris and Celis both bid 4. The tie is broken. Claims the 1 Tinker quest. Okay. So we've got 3 quests on the board. No, yeah, 3 quests on the board. When you mark a wilderness card and have 2 other cards. Okay, so okay, so this is the way I'm reading this, is that can I bid on 2 at the same time? Okay, that part I'm not quite clear on as far as... During the charm phase, Kibris and Celis both bid 4, with a tie broken by Kibris's Charm 2 card. Kibris claims the 1-cost Tinker Quest scrap for parts, scoring 1 valor immediately, then discards 3 ciphers, gaining 1, 1, and 2 valor for their respective ciphers. Kibris also recently claimed that Charm Quest served the Amber Pope, and since the Tinker Quest was completed, Kibris puts a quest token on the card for the lowest tier. Okay. So I'm going to bid 1 for this. So we'll bid 1 for that, right? And then I'm claiming Help the Rangers. So there's 1 at the top. And I immediately gain 1 valor, because I claimed it. And can I put 2 effort into completing it? So there's 1 tier. So I'm gonna put 2 effort to complete this tier, right? Oh wait. Oh shoot, I don't want to do that first. I want to spend 1. Okay, I've claimed that one, and I'm going to spend 1 on that one. So that's 2 effort that I've spent this time. So we're going to claim that one, and we're going to claim that one. And then I want to spend... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to discard this ally and take 2 scout points. And then I'm going to use those 2 scout points to complete this tier. So I gain 2 more valor. And then when you complete all tiers of another quest, complete 1 tier. So I'm going to complete 1 tier and gain 1 valor. And then when you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier. And I gain 2 valor. And I've claimed this, so it actually moves in front of me. Okay, sorry, it's not really, can you see? Yeah. Okay, so here's the, so I've got patrol, and I claimed it. Oh, sorry, I have to have that. So this is from the Wilderness deck. I claimed it, and because I completed this one, I got 1 tier of this one. And when you complete all tiers of another quest, which there were only 1, you complete 1 tier here. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and discard. And that leaves me with 2 quests in front of me, I think. In the combat phase, you battle creatures, red cards. So there is 1 creature right here. When you claim a creature, gain its valor points and activate the creature's power immediately, then discard the card unless the card says otherwise. Some creatures may wound you. During the combat phase, Koidano bids 8 and Rourke bids 6. So there's only 2 points on this living conduit. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, wait, this is a round, so I've already spent these points, right? They don't... Okay, so the effort doesn't regenerate until the end of the round. So I've got combat 1 and effort 1. So I'll spend those. When claim, roll 1 die. You may advance 1 and effort 1. Or bad, discard your hand. Well, I actually have no hand. I don't know what discard your hand means. Roll 1 die, okay. And neither good nor bad. Did it actually say what symbol was good and bad on the die? Okay, dice determines the outcomes of chance. Each has 2 sides with good results, 2 sides with neutral results, and 2 sides with bad results. But it doesn't actually tell you which symbol is which. I'm going to assume the 1 is a bad, is a negative, and the blank is a neutral, and then the rosette is the positive. Okay, so when it says discard hand, it's your unplayed skill pieces. Okay. So I have claimed this. I'm assuming I discard? Yeah, so we're going to gain 3 Valor and discard the card. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, and focus phase. Now I may advance 1 and only 1 of your skills by replacing its current skill card with the next highest value of that skill. The skill card can be advanced whether it is in your hand or was spent earlier in the round. You may still advance a card in this phase if it advanced in a previous phase. Okay. Each hero has exactly 5 skill cards that represent the hero's abilities. You can never have more than 1 of each type of skill card, except for effort. For example, you cannot have combat 2 and combat 1, but you can have 2 effort 1s. To advance a skill, spend a number of skill points equal to the next rank of the skill? Skill points? What are skill points? Oh, I see. Oh, and I could have used the force field to nullify that roll on that creature when I claimed it. Oh, okay, so the only thing I have unplayed is the Charm 1, but I can advance effort. I can To advance effort, spend 1 skill point and replace an effort 1 with a rank 1 skill card. This counts as your advanced skill card this phase. Rank 1 skill cards provide 1 skill point, but help break ties. You can also heal wounds for 2 skill points. Okay. Oh, and I guess in solo mode, you're actually not... You can't claim until you've completed a quest. So you don't get that initial valor until it's done. So that was my mistake. I'll try and remember that for the next one. Okay, so I'm going to spend this... I'm going to use my charm to advance one of my efforts to... a scout, because I need scout points. Okay, and now the threshold phase. Threshold phase. For each cipher in the wilderness. Okay, that's not the wilderness, that's the town. And creatures attack the town. There are no creatures. Quests populate the wilderness. The total number of heroes in the game and the number of incomplete quests in the wilderness. Draw that many. So it's just 1 is me. So we're going to draw 1 wilderness card. And it is a plasma, a creature with 4 attack. Yikes. When claimed, gain valor equal to the round number. Okay. Crossing the threshold. If it is round 3, 6, or 9, and it is not. Okay, that's the end of the round. Okay, so then we're going to advance from round 1 to round 2. Rage of Blood. Decrease the cost to claim creatures by 1, but not below 1. So this is actually now a 3. That's cool. Okay, so then we're going to go back to... Scout phase. Oh, and I guess this was from the... And we're gonna reset my hand. Do you have to mark a creature in combat? So I guess in the wilderness you can mark a... You can spend 1 scout to mark something in the wilderness. Okay. So Tinker phase. 4. I'm gonna need 4. Ugh. I need to save 4 of those. I'm not sure the point of marking... So, marking the creature in the wilderness here by spending 1 scout point. Do you have to mark the creature before you can combat them in the combat round? I mean, it seems to suggest that, right? Battle creatures rare cards. During the combat phase, Quidona abilities 8 times the 5. Okay, that's... I don't know. That's a little weird to me. I don't know. I'm not going to claim this in the Tinker phase, because I want to save these 4 to attack that plasma. And Charm phase, I'm completing any quests. No, I'm not going to complete any quests. And then we're going to go into combat. In combat phase, you battle creatures. And I'm going to bid 4. To attack this thing. When claimed, you gain valor equal to the round number. And so it's actually round number 2. So I gain 2 valor. And then this goes away. I think I'm doing that right. I think I'm doing that right. Okay, and then... Focus phase. I don't have anything to spend. And then threshold. Ciphers in the wilderness. This is a town, so there's no ciphers, there's no creatures. And quest populate the wilderness, so we're going to draw 1 wilderness card, and it is a quest. Discard 1 cipher to complete 1 tier. You may exchange the cipher for a discarded cipher of a lower cost instead. What? Oh, I see. Okay. So if you had previously discarded a cipher that cost less than the cipher that you're discarding, you can swap it out of the discard pile. I see. Okay. So. Okay. And then crossing threshold, it is not round 3 yet. Okay, and then we're back. So we're back to the scout phase. And we advance to round 3 in Scorpion's Reach. Okay. And I regenerate these. Scout phase. I'm going to scout 1 to mark this quest. And then we'll move to the tinker phase. And I'm going to spend 1 effort to claim the multiphasic. And so I get 2 valor. So I'll move up 2. And so I'm at 15. So I should be fine for the end of the round. And then charm phase, completing quests. And I'm going to discard 1 cipher to complete 1 tier. So I'm going to go ahead and discard the multiphasic ray in order to complete a tier, and I get 0 valor. There's a 0 here. But I completed it. And that means that when you complete all tiers of another quest, complete 1 tier, so I gain 3 more valor. 1, 2, 3. And I've completed this. And then when you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier. So I complete a 2nd tier of this one, and I gain 2 more. 1, 2. Right? I think. So I've got 1 tier left on this quest. And combat phase, there's nothing to combat. And focus phase, I can spend to increase. Okay, so to advance a skill, for example, to go from charm 2 to charm 3, you must spend 3 skill points. So let's see, combat to combat 2. So we'll spend 2 points to advance combat to combat 2. Oh wait, no, to combat 2. Hold on. There, combat 2. And then why don't I go ahead and spend to combat to go from charm 1 to charm 2. No, let's go scout 2. Okay, so I've spent everything, but that's the end. So we're in our threshold phase. Ciphers inflate the economy, creatures attack the town, and quests populate. So we're gonna go. So technically, actually, that one was in the wilderness. For each cipher in the wilderness, move the threshold token up 1 point. Total number of heroes in the game and the number of incomplete quests in the wilderness. So it actually, I should be drawing 2. Oh my God! There's two creatures. There's a Grush and a Scutamorph. 1 and a 2. And we're at round 3, so we've crossed this threshold. So over here on the track, 15 for round 3, and I've passed that. So round 6, I need to get to 40. So I've got a ways to go, and then 75 on 9. Okay, so let's reset my hand and advance to round 4. Red Fleet Honor. If a creature is in the town, heroes cannot claim wilderness cards, but can scout and mark them. There's nothing left in town, so that's fine. So we're going to go to scout. And now, can I scout 2 things? If I bid 3 in scout, can I mark both of those? I'm going to assume I can, so we're going to go ahead and mark both of those. And Tinker's Phase, there's no... I've got a cipher, but it's not useful. So we're gonna go to the charm phase. We can do this serve the Amber Pope. I need to do some other quest in order to complete that. So bottom, when you put a quest token on the quest, gain valor. Charm phase, bid 4. So what's not clear to me right now is whether I can spend 3 charm No, that's not how that works. I mean, it's a yellow, it's charm, it's 3. So could I spend 3 charm to complete that quest? Or is the only way to complete the last tier of another quest? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to pretend for right now that the only way to finish that is to complete some other quest, but I don't know, because I need 3, and I need to combat these. Okay, so combat phase. Let's go ahead and move to combat. Battle creatures. I've claimed both of those, so I'm going to bid 3. This is 1 and this is 2. So I'm going to spend 1 on Grush, and when this creature is claimed, you roll a die. Good, the hero gains a valor. I said that was bad, so we'll go ahead and not do that. 2 valor. 1, 2. And then I spend 2 combat on this one. When claimed, roll 1 die. Good, you may discard 1 card from the town. Bad, gain a wound. What the hell? Let's roll a die. And it's neutral, so I do not get either of those. So I gain 4 valor from the bottom of this card. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm at 26 currently. And focus, I have 1 charm. So I could advance this effort to... what should I make it? Focus? Or tinker? Focus. Okay. Okay, and then our threshold, there are no monsters. So that's good and all that great. We're going to populate the wilderness. There's an incomplete quest, so we're going to draw 2. So there's another quest. Bring back pelts. When you claim a creature, complete a tier. Okay. And a treasure map as a prize. Oh, okay. Claim and display this immediately. Discard this to add 1 tinker point. Okay. So now there's 2 quests in the wilderness. That means that I'm going to have to start drawing a whole bunch more. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, brother. Okay, so we're going to start back at scout phase, and I can spend 1 scout to claim that thing in the wilderness. Oh, there's 2. Well, so I'm going to spend one effort and claim that. Oh, God. This is going to suck. Okay. Tinker's phase, there's no useful thing. Charm phase, completing quests. Can I do that? See, okay. Okay. When you put a quest token on a quest, gain the valor. Claim a quest, again, its initial valor until the... When there are a number of tokens on there equal to the number of tiers, you gain the final tier's valor. Complete the quest, discard the card. Take your quest to and converts the rest into values. It's not clear to me. So what I've got here is I've got this bring back the pelts, right? And there's 3 tiers, 1, 1, and 3. And so if you complete... Oh, wait. Oh, no, okay, I don't know. So can I spend 1 to gain this tier, or is the only way to gain a tier is to complete this? When you claim 1 creature, complete 1 tier. Is that the only way, or can I buy them? That's the thing I don't understand, and it doesn't seem to suggest. I'm not seeing anything in the rules that suggest. So if there's nothing in the rules that suggests I can do it, then maybe I have to say no, I can't. But then why is it colored a particular color? Because it's colored yellow of charm, right? So you'd think that you could do something with charm to claim it. Special conditions that must be met for completion. Okay, so I don't know why those are yellow. That doesn't make any sense to me. But, so I need to claim a creature in order to complete a tier there. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Combat phase, there's no monsters. Focus phase, advancing skills. Let's see. To go to combat 3, I need to spend 3. So I'm spending these 3 to upgrade combat to 3. And then I'm going to spend 3 to upgrade Scout to 3. Okay, so that is the focus phase, and then we go to threshold phase. Ciphers, there are none. Creatures, there are none. Quests populate the wilderness. 2 incomplete quests plus me, so that's 3 wilderness cards. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And a creature. Ugh. Okay, so 3 quests. When you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier of the Wake Queen. And there are 3 tiers. And then Stellar Weaver is a 5 creature. And then Brave the Hellscape is a 1 with 1 tier. When you advance your focus skill, complete 1 tier. When you do, roll 1 die, bad equals gain a wound. Okay. Oh my. Okay, this is gonna really hurt. Okay, so then we go back to our starting out. So we're gonna go back to scout phase. And so I'm gonna try to scout these. So let's see. So we're gonna go to round 5. Okay, so we're gonna scout. I'm gonna scout 3, and that's gonna give me. I'm gonna scout each of these. Shoot. Okay. Tinker phase, there's nothing to tinker. Charm phase, completing quests. Okay, I don't have anything I can do yet. Combat phase. So we're going to combat this Stellar Weaver, who's a 5. So I've got combat 3, effort 1, and focus 1. That's 5. So I'm going to spend that to claim this one. When claimed, roll 1 die. Neutral, discard 1 skill card. And so I have to discard that charm, which is a bummer, but I gain 9 valor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 valor. And I'll discard that. I'm going to discard one of my allies to gain 2 focus. And that is going to let me advance my focus 1 to focus 2. When you advance focus skill, complete a tier. So we've completed a tier here. Gain 2 valor. 1, 2. When you do, roll a die. That's positive, so it did not get the ill effects. So we've claimed that. When you claim a creature, complete 1 tier. So I gain 1 valor. When you complete the last tier, complete 1 tier. So I've completed 1 tier here. That's 3 valor. 1, 2, 3. And when you complete the last tier of a quest, complete 1 tier. So I've completed 1 tier here, and that's 1. Oh, wait. And I gain actually an extra 1. And an extra 2. Okay, so an extra 2. 1, 2, and an extra 1. Because these were... you get the initial valor at the end. Yeah, I know. Did I get that 1? I don't remember if I got that 1 or not. Okay, well, since I don't remember, we'll skip it and say I didn't. I mean, that I did. Okay, so that's combat phase and focus phase. I have nothing to spend. Oh, no, I already did that. I just did that. And threshold phase. Ciphers, creatures, quest populate. So there's 2 uncompleted quests and me. 2 uncompleted quests and me. So these are ciphers and a quest. Speak to the Jade Colossus. Aether Scope. and hell marker. So explosive ammo and extra scout points. Oh my god, what? It's not on each tier. To complete the tiers, first discard one cipher, so you have to discard a cipher for tier 1, and then tier 2 you need to claim a creature, and then for tier 3 you need to advance your tinker skill for speak to the Jade Colossus. Well, that's wacky. That's like 3 different things that you've got to do in order to advance that. Okay, so we're gonna go to round 6. Vanishing tributes. In the Tinker phase, each hero may discard a cipher to add skill points equal to its cost. Okay, and we're gonna. End of round 6 is when we need. Oh, I'm quite a ways away from 40. We may not make it. We may not make it to the next phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset these points. This may be it. This may be the last one. Okay, so the scouting phase, we're going to scout 3. And I'm going to scout each of these. Okay. So I've scouted those. And then we're going to move to Tinker phase. And I can claim Tinkers if I spend 5. I don't want to spend that many. Discard one cipher. Claim a creature. So I'm going to spend 1 effort to claim this Hellmaker. And I'm going to discard my Force Shield in order to get 1 tier of Speak to the Jade Colossus, which gives me 1 Valor point. And the Hellmaker is explosive, adds 1 combat point, so if a creature shows up, I've got that. Who controls beasts? When you claim a creature that costs 4 or more skill points, gain 1 more valor. I didn't claim that, so I'm going to go ahead and claim that now for that 1 creature that was 5. Right? Yeah, for the Stellar Weaver that was 5 points. Okay, so that was the Tinker phase. Charm phase for completing quests. Claim 1 creature, so I can't do any of those. Oh, this is gonna suck. Combat phase, there's no creatures, luckily. Focus phase. Combat 3 to raise focus to 3. And then 1 effort. We'll do 1 charm to raise the effort to tinker. Hey! Stop! Oh, come on, cats! Hey! Ugh. Oh! Welcome to my life. Thank you, cat, for messing up the playboard. And she knocked down the thing. Cats. Thank you for stretching on me. Yes, I saw that. Okay. Well, this is going to be pretty close to the... We're gonna get close to the last round here, I think. Because at the end of this one, I have to get to 40, and I'm not going to make it. And I advanced focus. Oh, that doesn't work, because I had to claim a creature first. Ow, darn it. Okay. And then, so... Charm 1 to raise effort into Tinker. And then I've got Focus 3. I'm going to raise Charm to 2 and then get 1 Valor point. So Charm to 2. And then 1 Valor point. And that's everything. And then we're at the end of round 6. And so what that means is that I had to get 40 Valor at the end of round 6. And as you look over here, my current Valor, I'm at 35. Can you see it? I'm right here. And I had to get around the bend to 40. So I was 5 short. So that's the end of the game. I did not make enough Valor to continue on to the next round. Okay, well, I think that was how this game is played, if that made any sense. Hope you enjoyed playing that with me. And it's definitely an interesting game. You gotta really... it escalates. So you go 40 and then you go to 75. To get to the Valor, you've got to really go quick. So I'd have to think about how that would work. As far as like getting to the next level of that. And I had a bunch of quests. So maybe I needed to open up a bunch of quests, but I was really scared of having a whole ton of quests open and having to draw cards for those into the wilderness. So yeah, I guess, you've got to be kind of frenetic in order to actually make it. I played it a little too close to the chest. I think that's what happened. A little too safe. So maybe now, if I try hard, a little harder in order to get to the next thing. Well, I feel like I could. I could clean up while we're on stream, but I'll just go ahead and put everything away. The cat clearly wants me to stop playing, and I'm done anyway. So I guess I will go ahead and say thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and switch over to Face. Thanks for watching as I unboxed and played this for the very first time. Trying to figure out the rules. I think I have a little bit better handle on it. I might try some of the other areas, because they have different. Each area has on the different rounds has different powers that happen based on which round you're in. So there's definitely some replayability as far as like going to all the different areas, and then you've got the different your different players as well. So that's another element to it that I can explore. So that was fun. That was the Ninth World, the skill building card game for Numenera that I supported in crowdfunding, and it finally showed up. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.